Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Yeah. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. No. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this, yeah. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. No. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
They don't know fact from fiction. They don't know the blacks is missing. They don't know they trapped in prison. They don't know the path to prison was a math decision. They don't know the wrath is quickened. They don't know the ass they kissing on the path of mission to put their ass in prison. They don't know black religion, fact and fiction. They don't know mama didn't leave them niggas half the kitchen with half a chicken. Fact or fiction. We still hot, we still noble. Red and blue pill global. No matter the language, we still moguls. We lost Gil Scott, then we lost Gil Noble. Exercise the right to live like it is. The revolution will not be televised, it's being digitized. On the come up, it's like watching the midget rise. Sleeping giants grow another 20 feet tall with each alliance. I could teach the science, I tear an instrumental down before I lay my pencil down. I'm going down to Tinseltown to burn the temples down and cap it off like dental crowns. And my rights still reserved. Fear of a black Illuminati. I might just build with the Bilderberg to come and kill you nerds. I'm shining like a Grammy host on the shores of Miami coast. My Moringa plug looking like Sammy Sosa. The old one when he was well done like Granny's roast. The ancestors sponsor this. I don't know them niggas, all they do is talk that conscious shit. We living it, we in the streets like House of Consciousness. KTL in the ATL, MIA, NYC. Multi-dimension like MIB. We are not the same, I am a sovereign. We are not the same, I am a problem.
I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. No. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this, yeah. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I was made for this, yeah. I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. No. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
I mean, I care about what happened. That's going to inform me so that we won't go through the same tragedies that these old folks went through before, right? We want to go on a different path, but we're not going to just holler at each other and be satisfied, you know, like for getting off our rocks from standing up on a platform and punching. There you go. Exactly. And having other, yeah, man, and having people out in the audience raise their hand.
It's like having church with no results. Having church with no results. Exactly.
A brother street church. As opposed to the preacher being up in a pulpit raising up his Sunday congregation. We got brothers who have got on the corner and do the same kind of thing to try to raise up the emotionalism in people just to keep the audience. But they ain't giving them nothing.
No action.
No action. All they've learned how to do is how to raise the emotional level in those brothers.
And the emotional level is being raised to madness.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going past even being calm. We're going to madness now. We already came out of madness. We need to calm down now.
Okay. And even that, brother, you remember madness up on George Avenue? we had that, you know. I mean, again, the more things change, sometimes the more things seem to stay the same. You know, like it's been a lot of change that's gone on. I mean, it's like, hey, I was around, you know, at Howard University in 1961, 62, you know, like as part of what became SNCC. Yes, that's right. That's how long I've been struggling against white supremacy and discrimination. All right. I've gone through some changes in my life. You know, like I'm over 70 now and don't have a decent retirement because, again, you can't go out and do very much and get a quote-unquote good job and retire from it when you're a militant.
There you go.
All right? You know, like I watched the brothers in New York City and I was very proud of them. those that helped Doc Ben in his final days. He was an old brother. He had been out teaching the community and what have you. And so people in the community chipped in some money to try to help him with some of his bills and make his life when he was in his 80s and 90s a lot better. See, like with a level of consciousness. I'm not looking for that for myself. I'll make a way. But the things that we have to think about, is looking at the trails that we've already gone down. Go back and look at the Marcus Garvey movement. Go back to the 1920s. See, it was about developing and doing.
1 million members.
There you go. Hey, at 5 cents a month. And look what they raised.
Yes.
And with the what do they have? PayPal and these other internet type things. GoFundMe. All kind of mechanisms are in place that if we really had an organization. Now, see, to help us, because as individuals, we're not going to get nothing. We have to be organized. Organized. There you are. Organizing gets you to your goal a lot faster than an individual standing out by himself. Learn that. So for the young brothers, hey, whichever path they've decided to trying to address their spiritual needs, right? Like you've already pointed out, a lot of brothers are looking at Islam in form, one form or the other. A lot of people are still stuck on Christianity because of what the slave master did to the ancestors once we got here, right? And there are those who are even atheists. They are anti-theism altogether. You're right. See, it's a real sick thing when a man can convince you that what you believe is more important than what you know. If you try to live your life out of a belief system as opposed to a knowledge base, you're always going to be behind the people with knowledge. All right?
Belief equals lies.
There you go. See, well, the word belief, it might be true, it might not be true. That's what a belief is.
That's what they want us to be. They want us to stay believers. As long as we stay believers, they can continue keeping us as slaves.
There you go. That's why I hope
that's the way it works.
Brothers who are on those religious paths will stop for, rather than believing what somebody is telling them that these documents written 1,600, 2,000, 3,000 years ago is their path to salvation or what have you. Dig in. Understand when they was written. Understand when they were edited.
The way of life. It's really just the way of life.
There you go.
We have literally, even the young people now. I feel very bad because the religion has come to the point where it's overbeared us. Like, it's over our heads. We're like covered by it. It's a condition. It's a disease that we have right now. And it's like, if I'm not going to church and paying these tithes and these dues that this pastor told me to pay, I don't know how to live my life. And that's the problem. People have no direction without this religion. They don't even know the way of life versus the religion.
And if they're in this country, they don't even have original forms of the documents.
And that's it.
They have edited and recreated documents that they think is the real thing. There you go.
Bible,
this is
that.
the absolute word of God, right? Or this is the absolute word of Allah, right?
The next thing is, with the religious point of view, is I feel like the United States of America is using Islam to gather us under something that we're not supposed to be in. So they're utilizing the religious point of view, because remember, they are saying that Islam and Muslim people are terrorists, right? They are saying that. So if we all become Islamic and we all become Muslim, what we become?
Well, following that logic, that the next step is then you're a terrorist.
You're a terrorist.
There you go.
So now the terrorists and the gorilla and the monkeys and all of them, we all together. So now what we do? We kill ourselves, basically.
Yeah. You know what I tell them to do? I would tell them to go back and look at one of the passages that they like to talk about the fallen angel. Now, what tribe of people on the earth call themselves the angels? And what countries do they run? See, like, what names do this tribe of angels hide behind today? See, and where are they? See, like, if you think this religious thing that he's pushing towards you is real, understand who he is that's pushing this false stuff at you.
The fallen angel came down and bred with the people that was already on the land, and now we got
not all over.
No.
He landed in a special place, And one group of people called themselves the angels that went all the way across from the forest of Germany to the British Isles. Today he calls it, see the name for the English they are angels. That's their tribal name, are the angels. And the angels came here with that name English. That's what I'm about, knowledge. That's what I'm talking about, knowledge.
Thank you so much, Baba TV. This was great.